Hi everyone, welcome back to another Road Down Game video. So, how much have I changed since last one? I've done 98032 and my max stage at the moment is 98650. So I've gained 600 stages since the last episode. So we're getting there slowly, but that is still a hell of a push. It's too late game this stage. So I'm going to go through a couple of questions from last episode because it's got some really in-depth ones, so I'll go straight to questions to answer them. By the way, if you do like me, please like me. If you do like this channel, if any of these tips or guides are helping in any way, be sure to sub and follow. It does help the channel out loads. Also Twitch. Also stream on Twitch every Sunday at 8 PM GMT time, and I will be doing from next year, streaming 2 days a week, so I'll be upping it up Wednesdays and Sundays, but more information on that in the future. So okay, one says Mika shoots ice beams in Mortal King of Etheria, which is really cool. Hi, I've been playing for a couple of days and I'm at stage 1575, but I can't go any higher. Me and my heroes are extraordinarily weak, please help. I just mentioned to watch my beginner's guide video, and just basically the main three things what we'll be setting down is if you're following a build guide, if you're using an artifact optimizer, and if you leveling your books of shadows outside tournament and then leveling your artifacts in tournament while using the optimizer. Those are the kind of basics, but to get full information you really need to watch the beginner's guide video, which explains the game a bit more, and also maybe top 10 tips to how to win tournaments, because there's tournaments and prizes, but mainly it's following the build guide, so you've got the base foundation of a good push build. So for example, clanship, you should be using clanship at that stage, and it should be pet Hartmadas, or unless you can skip adverts, then it could be fairy. So I reckon you should be following a build guide, clanship, pet Hartmadas, be in a high level clan, so your advanced stage start is high, so your runs are quicker, so you can farm more. Make sure you're leveling your books of shadows only outside tournament, then in tournament push, so you're winning first place, get all these lovely rewards. And when you're pushing, make sure you use an artifact optimizer, so you're not leveling the wrong arts and slowing yourself down and not hitting walls like this. So those are the key ones that should be helping. Any more questions, feel free to drop into my Discord, linked above my head, and plenty of pros in there. I do normally answer a lot of questions in there as well if you ask around. Someone says Kush Cushion, really cool name. Should I stop doing too many runs? My total pet level is 220 and passive skill level seems so small for my max stage, currently at MS 6100. No, you should, when it says should stop doing too many runs, that could be one or two things, so I could be reading wrong, but basically it says, because I mentioned about over pushing hurts you in the long run. Now you can never do too many runs. For example, in this badge tournament, you get presents for basically more prestiges. So more prestigious you can do, you can collect presents. So for example, I've got you there, so you get 10 presents for each time you can prestige, and you can get up to 99 per day. So that's a good way to farm these presents to get all these rewards in the Winterfest. So prestiging a lot can actually help you in certain instances like this. The only time I say not to overdo it is for those people who speed level. For example, they prestige 6 to 8 hours a day. They do like 50 to 80 prestiges a day, something crazy like that, and they level from 0 to level 70k within like weeks, like 2-3 weeks. That's overdoing it, because if you do it that quickly, you're missing out tournaments and raids, and it means your passive skills and everything else is quite low. So when you do hit a wall, you're then spending weeks or even more, maybe months, building that up again, and it's just tedious because you're stuck at the same place. So that's what I say, take your time. So don't go absolutely nuts and play the game 8 hours a day and overdo it, because you will hit a stronger wall. Just casually, whichever's comfortable with you, play at your own pace. So you definitely can't not do too many runs. You can't really do too many runs. Just do it just do as much as you feel comfortable, as you feel happy to do. The only time I say would stop pushing as well is if you're first place in tournament and you're first place by far, so you know you're definitely going to get first. I'll stop pushing, because you can save that potential for the next tournament for an easier win as well. So that's the second reason I wouldn't really push. Oh, one guy here said Aurora Rebel. He mentioned in the comments, hey, I just started a new clan. Figured it would be interesting. Big part of my push is CO. I didn't have any clanmates to do it. Any tips for starting off as well as gaining the members? Now, unfortunately, I mentioned in his comment that is basically starting a new clan. It's impossible to farm as much as everyone else. Now, when you start a new clan, your clan XP will be 0, and to find members to join a 0 clan will be very hard. For example, in my clan, Bang Clanmates, we're at 89.72. Now, it's around about 42k that you hit the max advanced stage start, which is 90%. So at 42k is 90%. Now, at 90%, that means when you prestige, you're starting at a higher stage, 90% of your max stage that you would have previously. Now, if you start a new clan, that's 0. So say, for example, you're at stage 10,000 and someone with a 90% advanced stage start would start at stage like 8,000 or something, say 9,000, but you would start at stage like 2,000 or something ridiculously low. Now, so they're doing 15-20 minute runs because their advanced stage start's really high, while you're doing like an hour per run because you have no advanced stage start. So basically they can do 3 times as many runs in the same time you can do 1, and during tournaments and grinding you just can't compete with that. So if you're stuck in a low level clan, or if you start a new clan, you're at a big disadvantage because you're 3 times working basically 3 times as hard as someone else who's in a high level clan. So that's why a lot of people don't do new clans, don't join new clans. So then not only we have bad advanced stage start, no one wants to join your clan, no one wants to be in your clan because you're potentially losing out. So I would say, unfortunately, don't do a new clan unless you don't mind a very long game. You don't mind not struggling but just working harder for it, then by all means. But I would say join a mid-level clan and work your way up the ranks. Maybe the guild leader doesn't want to look after it anymore, you can take over after a few months. Or maybe just merge clans. So if you've got a couple low-level clans, after playing a couple months, merge them together, build bigger. But yeah, starting a new clan is unfortunately the game, the way they've built the mechanics of the game, it doesn't help you, doesn't do any favors. Okay, this is the Jose Xiong, or Xiong, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, said, "Hi, I've pretty much watched all your videos as support. Thanks, buddy, I really appreciate it. Firstly, I was wondering if you can go over the Heavenly Strike build. I'm currently 75 max days, MS running a clanship build. I tried searching for Heavy Strike guide, but everyone out there just posts the speed runs to 108k. There isn't any video that specifically just goes over HS build and play guide. I tried the Compendium, and there's a Heavy Strike calculator. Maybe you can show us that as well. And also trying to, in my stats, it shows RIP and how to proceed with that in mind. I just want to switch to a more active build. Secondly, how do you tell gold income rates at various stages of average or above average? And how do you tell if your gold income is enough or below par in terms of damage? It's easy to tell since you look at the current damages all over time, it's HP, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so 2 questions. Basically, he wants to do a Heavy Strike build, but he's trying to use the Compendium and the tools there, and it's just saying RIP, but basically means you're too weak. So I'll address that first. Now, I would definitely use the Compendium website because it's just good for kind of like the foundation of what you should be looking for. You can always tweak them. So Heavy Strike builds, you go on the website. So you do, there's only one on there, which is Taco's Heavenly Strike. So it's up to you if you want to do Poison Edge, and if you want to do Pet Heart Midas or Fairy, and you basically just copy it. You copy it what is in there. Oh yeah, so this is this is Heavenly Strike calculator. So this is probably what it says in RIP. It's a Heavenly Strike calculator. Now, if you click on the instructions bit, so this bit here, it says there, RIP means rest in peace. In view of the calculator, nothing you can do can achieve splash requirement. It tells you that you shouldn't play Heavenly Strike anymore. So if you are getting RIP, it basically means what you've put in, which is mainly probably your splash. You probably haven't got enough crafting power. You probably haven't got enough arcane, bargain, or mystical impact, or intimidating presence. Basically, all this is too low. If it's saying RIP, it means you're not strong enough for a decent splash. So with regarding to Heavenly Strike, you probably level to 75 a bit quickly and is not strong enough. The biggest one is normally Angelic Guardians set. So if you can get the Anniversary Platinum, the Fallen Angel, and the AG set, that will help you out loads for Heavy Strike build. But yeah, if it's saying RIP, it mainly means your passive aren't big enough yet. And to increase your passive, you basically got to do tournaments. So mainly on these ones, so it was the two biggest ones is that one, which it's Dust, a lot of raiding, so you've got to do raid for that one, and Mystical Impact is tournament points. So winning a lot of tournaments, getting first place gives you more tournament points. So these ones, so Mystical Impact and Arcane, so basically you don't need to do a lot more than that. So yeah, I think it's a bit too early for Heavy Strike just yet. You can grind. I mean, to be honest, I used Clanship build and it still pushes me further. Heavy Strike is a good build, but only if you've got a good foundation for it and it's more active. I do even know people that play Clanship builds to end game, like to 108 or 112 it is now cap. Clanship is very, very strong. So you still can push quite a lot in the meantime using Clanship than you would Heavy Strike, so I wouldn't worry a bit too much. But yeah, if you're seeing RIP, you're basically haven't got enough passive yet. Now regarding gold income, I can't tell you what the most optimal gold source, because it says, you said, how you can tell if your gold income is enough or below par. If you're using an artifact optimizer, so again, if you're using the Compedim website, let's have a look. Let's bring it back. It's Compedim. So you go to Compedim website, you go to Tools Corner, you go to Artifact Optimizer. So if you're using this optimizer, this is optimizing both your gold and your damage and pets, everything. So it's optimizing the best resource. If you're following this should give you the best gold income. There's no way to really tell because it's based on your artifact skill points, your equipment and everything else. So I can't, without knowing exactly what you've got, I can't tell you if your gold income is bad or not. But if you're following an optimizer, this will at least put you in the right direction. So as long as your levels are similar, for example, like on this these artifacts are mainly gold incoming artifacts. So as long as their levels are around about those levels, then you should be fine. You shouldn't worry about it. And very good question, by the way, very good question. Okay, Keep Looking Up has asked, on your next Tap Titan 2 video, can I hear your opinion on a new update and the Abyss tournament? I don't know, because the Abyss tournament hasn't opened the cosmetic shop yet. So at the moment, I've only played for like 2-3 hours and I got like top 20 or something, which gave me like 4 skill points. So I spent 4 hours to get 4 skill points and a few hundred diamonds. Now, the skill points that it gave me that I can use on my main build, I would have been able to do a lot more stages and pushed a little more if I spent those 4 hours in my main account and not on the Abyssal tournament. So if anything, what I'm worried about is people have already complained because they've said they've spent 8 hours on it to get first place, because the first tournament is always going to be the hardest because everyone wants to try it out. So they spent like 8 hours grinding to get first place for like 5-6 skill points or 8 skill points and 1,500 diamonds. Now the time they spent, the 10 hours or 8 hours spent grinding to first place on the Abyss tournament, they could have pushed so much more on their main account and done more, basically collected more, done more stages on their main account. So anything that takes away from your main account, I think is pointless. So again, to do solo raiding, if you're spending like the solo raid, the reason I don't like the solo raid quests is, again, you can spend 2 hours. I think like people speed run it within 50 minutes. I know that's the top people, but the average person takes like an hour and a half to do it. So again, it's an hour and a half, and you get the same rewards that you would do in 1 or 2 raids. And 1 and 2 raids, well, I suppose it takes hours and hours and hours. But I'm just saying, like, anything that doesn't help me push my main account, I'd rather not have it. I'd rather have a simple boost or something else. Like an equipment set. Equipment set gives you an instant boost, so something like that. I just think the tournament, what I like about the Abyss tournament is that it's a lot of effort for little reward. That's in a nutshell, that's my opinion. A lot of effort for little reward. Again, because the shop isn't open, so I don't know what the cosmetic is like. Is that cosmetic only for when you're in the Abyss tournament, or is that for your main character throughout the whole game? For example, like your profile backdrops and raid backdrops that no one really gives a shit about. So again, I don't know, until we see the cosmetics, I don't really know. Fancy Slayer 99 says, hey Soul, fingers crossed for the time giveaway. That's in now. I've randomly picked someone and sent that to Game Hives. They should announce the winner or send the winner the spoils shortly. So I'm currently at stage 85k. I've been playing for about a year. I'm running a clanship build. My run time's about 30 minutes. My question is, at what point should I prestige? Should I always push to max stage, or should I prestige a few hundred stages earlier? Hope you can help. Thanks. So in between tournaments, you should be farming Books of Shadows. Now, after you start farming a few runs, you get closer to your max stage anyway, because even if you just put it all in Books of Shadows has artifact damage, so it starts adding up anyway. So after a while, say for example, you're doing a 30-minute run, but the last 10 minutes is just pushing the extra couple hundred stages to get you to max stage. The more times you do the run, that's going to get shorter and shorter and shorter, to the point that you can get hit max stage, and you're going to actually start going past your max stage, and you know, just because you've leveled up your Books of Shadows so much. So that shouldn't be a problem. Question is, second answer was like, when should you? Normally, if I forget about my max stage at all, I don't care about my max stage. What I care about is when I start slowing down. So if you did all the mana efficiency, you only leveled up, I don't know, your mana's enough to keep all your skills active, and you're still pushing to your max stage and it's still active. Now, if all my skills are active, I'm good with my mana, I've managed it quite well, and I start slowing down to the point it takes a few seconds for me to kill a boss. So for example, if I'm stuck, I mean, if you time out on a boss, that's definitely time to prestige 100%. But if it takes you like, I don't know, 10-15 seconds or even longer to really kill a boss, then I'll prestige then as well. There's actually a calculator online, I think on the Tap Titans Compedium website, that actually tells you the exact stage you should prestige at, and I think it's on the Tap Titan 2 Master app as well. It gives you indication of what stage you should prestige at. But me personally, I'll make sure I'm definitely over my badge requirements. When you hit prestige, it tell you I've already gone past it, but normally there's a minimum badge requirement. I think it's like 80% max stage or something. So I'll make sure I pass that. And again, as I said, like when you start slowing down, where it's like 15-20 seconds per boss, and that's quite a long time, then yeah, I'll prestige then. But you should if you put enough in Books of Shadows, you should be hitting your max stage without slowing down anyway, eventually. So I won't worry about it too much. Nandez says, is it okay that I don't have undisputed wins in tourneys? I'm having a hard time winning nowadays. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. As I said, well, see this, you can't always win first place, even if you optimized, done everything perfectly, you push really hard. Whales, people who spend money on mobile games, will always beat you if you're a free-to-pay player. You just can't beat someone that's willing to pay £50 or £100 to get first place. Now bear in mind, if you're spending that amount of money to win first place in a tournament, who's the real winner? Because the rewards for the tournament don't outweigh what you just spent to win first place. So if there are people at Wells or more, winning first place before you, don't worry about it. There's plenty of other tournaments. As you get higher and higher level, they become less people in tournaments, it becomes more easier. And it's all about just enjoying the game, enjoying the community, having fun. It's not going to break the bank. If you get first place or if you get 10th place, it's not going to make a difference of reaching the next 10,000 stages. It's not going to make any blind bit of difference. You're talking about a couple runs worth of catching up. That's it, nothing. So you don't worry about it. Just enjoy yourself. That's the main thing. Jacob Arellano says, hi Soulrise, question is, I'm using clanship pet Armadas Ash, but I can't really time a coordinated defense with Ash. Is it better to switch to Rota's Ashless or stick with my current build? Please feature me in next video. Keep up the videos and tips. It's up to you, mate. Ash basically pushes. Without Ash, it's more of a farm build. So you lose a couple stages. Now with the timed coordinated defense, just hit it when it's active. I use, well, I'm not using clanship now, but when it comes with, because what you're basically talking about is if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, it's basically anchoring shot. That's what Ash stands for, anchoring shot. So the whole point is when it use the splash when the Titan's stunned. So the Titan gets stunned, it kind of like electricity, and you use the cannon ship to hit it and then splash through, so you get a couple more stages. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter. If you're spending, when you start slowing down near your max stage and you're using the Ash to push through a couple more stages, the time spent to get the extra 10, 20, 30 stages, you might as well just prestige and do a new run. It doesn't make much difference. The Ash is used to more help basically kill Titans easier to get closer, well, higher stages. So I wouldn't do push Ash where you actually went in for, you know, chipping away at Titan's health. Like for example, right now it's going absolutely slow and I'm struggling to kill this boss. But obviously I haven't got everything activated at this point. If I was waiting for, if the cannonballs, the coordinated defense was using as a splash through, and I'm waiting on that just to kill the boss, you're wasting time. Just prestige and do a new run. Don't linger around bosses. That's the benefit of getting an extra 10-20 stages worth of relics is very minimum. You might as well just do a new run. So personally, I'll stick with Ash just because it helps killing bosses quicker, so it does make pushing a little bit easier. Just don't waste time pushing too hard for a little gain. But it's up to you. It's up to you. If you want to do an ashless one and farm for a bit. I mean, during badge tournament, farming is probably more better if you want to get a better, quicker run and do a better run, farming badges. I'm really hard to read comments today. I don't know why. Just my brain's gone a bit mush. Sparkster says, be following along with the series, just hit 10k right before. Any suggestions on the Shadow Claim build as I want to switch it up? I've put relics and stuff like tap damage, etc. Equipment suggestions to RN, I'm 2 out of 5 of Treasure Hunter. Oh, right now I'm 2 out of 5 Treasure Hunter set because I want legendaries. Okay, so I mentioned that if you do swap to Shadow Claim build, you need to have your foundation built. Otherwise, if you swap, it's just going to be weaker than the other one, and you just be, you know, swapping backwards and forwards. So with Shadow Clone, you need to have Ruthless Necromancer Mythic set, have 1,000 skill points, and a decent amount of passive skills. When I say passive skills, I mean these ones down here. These ones here. So these need to be leveled up quite high. People can use Shadow Clone build lower because it's more of a farm build, but if you want it to still push and still reach your current max stage and beyond, that's the minimum you would need. It is a chill farming build, but yeah, as I said, I would definitely have Ruthless Necromancer, nearly 1,000 skill points and passives, and then do it. I think at 10k stage you probably, I can't remember what was at 10k, probably like 300 to 400 skill points. I don't know. It sounds like you're a bit still too low level. So yeah, if you haven't got that, stick with Shadow Clone. If you stick with Shadow Clone, it's just a bit more active, but at least you're winning tournaments a lot easier, and unless you're pushing stages. So yeah, just take your time with it, buddy. And Gabriel says, hi, I have been pushing stages pretty hard recently, but I can't hit a curve I wasn't expecting to hit. I'm at stage 15,000 right now. I'm considering calculating out an artifact optimizer to help. I use CS build, Pet Armadas, and have kind of just pushed whatever artifacts I thought would help most. I've gotten a few bad artifacts also. Yeah, if you've started slowing down and hitting a wall, definitely use an artifact optimizer. And as I mentioned before, just level Books of Shadows outside tournaments and in tournaments, get new artifacts and level existing ones using an optimizer. Definitely use optimizer because yeah, if you're guessing, you could be potentially losing out on hundreds of stages. Also, don't over push. As I said, take your time with it. If you already got first place in tournament, hold back and save that potential for next time, so you can get an even better head start and better, easier win. The only problem, as I mentioned before, I might have to do a separate video about this because I'll get these questions a lot. I've hit a wall. The only problem with Tap Titans is that it's so easy to level early game, so you can get from 0 to 70,000 within like a month. That's casual play. I did it on this Let's Road to End game. I got to 0 to 75,000 within 4 months, 3 months, and that was me prestiging once a day, so once or twice a day, just once. That's all I was doing, once a day minimum, for about 3 or 4 months, and I got to 70k. The normal new player will probably play a lot longer than me, probably play a couple hours each day, so they can do it within 1 to 2 months, so half the time, because obviously they're playing twice as much. So for a new player to get to 70k within 2 months, and that's just casually playing, after that to get to 70k to 110k, so that's just half the amount you've just done, takes twice as long. It takes you 4 to 6 months, so it takes you twice as long, maybe even more, to do half the stages of what you just did. That's the problem with this game. It's got all these equipment, artifacts, bundles, tournaments, everything that speed run you, splashes you and pushes you through. But once you've got all your artifacts, after you've collected all your artifacts, all your enchantments, that's it. It's really, you've hit a wall, and it does slow down a lot. That's why I say take your time, still push, still have fun, but don't spend 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, because what would happen is your passive skills, which play a big part, because you need passives to obviously help splash with the different changes to the builds, and just splash in general to make the game quicker and more fun. These are limited by tournaments and raids, which you can only do a set amount per day or per week. So no matter how fast you go, tournaments and raids are limited per week. You cannot change that. So there's no point speed running for like I've got 70k within a week. You shoot yourself in the foot, because you then got to wait for catch up to do all that. Plus you need to do things like do a lot more quests, so you get pet levels up. That'll help you as well. Another big thing is getting first and getting your scrolls up, so masteries, these scrolls. So the more tournament you do, more masteries you get, and these masteries, these scrolls, weapons and scrolls help a ton late game. So this being higher level will help you out loads. So things like that, that's why I say yes, push, have fun, use my guides and suggestions, and do the best you can. But just do it casually, have a laugh, join me on the stream. On that note, I'm streaming on Sundays on Twitch at 8 PM, so join me, have fun, hang out, debate with me about this, have any questions, ask me. I will be streaming more start of the new year, because forget about 2020, let's just ignore that. 2021 is the year of Soulrise and the year of the Soul Society, so join in Discord, link below. Have a fantastic day, stay amazing, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, bye.